Control your anger. Control your anger. Control your anger. Even if it's righteous anger, even if you feel like, it's legitimate, it's not about don't be angry. It's about control your anger. So many of us have issues with holding on to what we feel is righteous anger, and it's keeping us from the promised land. Listen, Moses was chosen by God to get all of Israel out of captivity. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, he chose to take them out of captivity and bring them to the promised land. Moses never made it to the promised land himself. Do you know how crazy, you know how serious, hold on. Do you know how serious God has to be about not being in control of your anger for him to tell Moses, you're not going. Go look and see how it looked. Get a mental picture, but don't think you're going, because you're not going to the promised land because of your anger. Moses struck the rock. He told Moses, speak to the rock to give these people water, because they was complaining. Now Moses had extremely righteous anger. Moses led these people for 40 years. These stiff-necked, stubborn people. He led them for 40 years in the wilderness, and dealt with them, just giving him hell, literally. The one who led them out of captivity, they complained the whole time. That's how it was only a week's walk from Egypt to the promised land. It took them 40 years because they was wandering, because God kept taking them out in circles, running them in circles until everybody who was of the complaining generation died off, so that they don't take nothing old into the new. Moses was about to bring old into the new. A cancer. His anger would have became a cancer in the promised land. You understand? So Moses did not control his anger. He had righteous anger, but he did not control it. And because of that, he did not see the promised land. Right, brother? He learned how to control his anger now, because the promised land is going to be that belt. But we in here discussing, how God tests people. Like, we all got righteous anger. And we all feel like somebody wronged us, or things happen in our life where we should be able to go off. What happened? You see what I'm talking about? Little Moses. Don't make me go get the staff. Don't make me go get the staff.
Stop pointing at me.
Stop
pointing, behave. I know.
What is this? Where he get this from?
I can't show the righteous anger on camera. I'm going to be back in the camera in a second, you guys.
Listen, she be back. But listen to me. She got to go talk to him first, before I have to talk to him. There's so many of us who we hold on to the things that hurt us so that we can be able to go off in a whim. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know how everybody holds on to anger so that they can have like it's a little clip that they ready to let off at any time. Whenever they feel like somebody ticked them off, they hold it like a badge of honor. You know what I mean? But you got to be able to control that thing, because if you can't control it, that's first of all, anger is an emotion. For my men out there especially, anger is an emotion. We claim we ain't emotional like these women, but anger is an emotion. The whole jail is filled with emotional niggas. The whole prison system is filled with emotional niggas that couldn't control their emotions. You understand? So you have to be able to control your anger, because you don't know what you're hindering yourself from, because God can't trust you in the promised land. He don't want you to be a cancer. He don't want your emotions to be a cancer, uncontrolled emotions. Not that you shouldn't have them. You never heard anybody say any emotion is wrong. There's no such thing as a wrong emotion. No matter how somebody may feel, it's it's righteous to them. You understand? But what they do with it is a different story. So I just wanted to get that message out there. Control your anger. Control your anger. We talking amongst ourselves, and you know what I mean, some of the things we overcame and some of the things we didn't yet overcome in regards to anger. You know what I mean? So we making sure that we ain't blocking ourselves from our promised land.
Yeah, I came a long way. I came a very long way.
Longer than this? Longer than this.
Being a child that grew up with, people assuming because I'm nice and I'm sweet and I'm polite, all the things I'm supposed to be, they thought they could take advantage of me. So I got into a lot of fights because I don't like bullies, and I have two sides to me, right? So I fought a lot, and I don't tolerate disrespect. So I've been through a lot in my life, a lot of situations.
She's from Brooklyn. So.
I've been through a lot of situations in my life that I felt like I was justified in my anger, like someone said something crazy, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna see you, and things like that. But I came to understand, like, in my walk with God, that when I read what happened to Moses in the Bible, I was like, this is Moses. Moses wrote the book of Genesis. Like, this is Moses.
Moses wrote the first 5 books of the Bible.
And he did not enter the promised land.
And he ain't get there.
Because
he ain't see no milk or no honey on this earth.
God said, no, come look. You can look, just so you can know.
And
it's
he
really
pleaded.
Good.
And he pleaded to see.
He said no. He was
you know
like,
what it was? Moses was old by that time. He was already stuck in his ways. And he wouldn't, it was like, all right, if you're not delivered from this anger yet, after 40 years in the desert, you're going to bring this into the land, and you are who I appointed my leader. So you will be the cancer. This from my fathers and my single mothers and my parents, period. You are the appointed leader of your children. And if you operate in anger, you're teaching them that that's normal to operate in. You're giving them the out. So Moses would have took God's people to the promised land with that anger, and he would have became their God, because he would have been their guide. He was their guide, and he would have became their guide. The one who represents God, which you are to your children, the one who represents God is supposed to have the characteristics of God. And if you operate in unrighteous acts of anger, you understand what I'm saying? You're setting the example for violence. You're setting, like I'm talking about as far as the people, and period, and all of it. You're setting examples. Because some of us is grown and we still throw tantrums, and then we get angry at our kid for throwing a tantrum. It's just because y'all not on the floor kicking and screaming. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So these are cancerous attributes that God don't want, that are keeping you from your next level. That are keeping you from your next level. He has
righteous anger is, do not act on any form of anger, but most of us have righteous anger from things we went through as children, from betrayal, family, friends. So a lot of us feel like we have righteous anger, and you can have that, but it's not okay to act on it, because now you give the devil an opening to trick you out of your blessings, because you're operating in anger, and he knows that God is not with the anger. So that's why it says, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. Let God take care of people for you. If you've been betrayed, if you've been mistreated, if there was false things said about you, take it to God. Take your anger and frustration to God. Release it in prayer. Not blaming him, but release it in prayer. Father, I am angry about this. This person did this to me at the job. This person said this to me. Please take this out of me, because I have this anger that's building up, and I do not want to be disobedient to you. So remove this out of me. And that's what I'm working on right now, to be honest, is giving it to God and then moving on.
Yeah. So just as a little taste of what we're going to speak on next is trauma. Trauma is a lot of y'all reasons for righteous anger, and trauma is the devil's gateway. So just keep that in mind. We're gonna go into it in the next video, but trauma is the gateway. That'll be the title. So you'll realize that, we'll speak on how the trauma you go through opens the door for you to walk around with this chip on your shoulder that, you know, leads you to that leads you to the opposite of the promised land. Like I said, the jail is full of emotional reactions that last for a few seconds in the act, but cost you years and sometimes the rest of your life. So, you know, control your anger. Once again, control, not don't have, not don't acknowledge, but control your anger. Do not act on your emotions, because they will that act will keep you from developing. Honestly speaking, it'll keep you from developing. God can't work on your spirit if it's, you know what I mean, if it's doused in anger. You know what I mean? If there's, you know what I mean, it's not, and it's not cute. A lot of us think it's cute. We think it's cute. Oh, me, because he know. Because he know, please, watch. I bet he won't.
You always have that
she
chicken
know.
head
Yeah,
voice.
all right,
You
well,
always
play with me if you want to. You know? Listen, I'm just telling you.
Guys. We'll see you guys in the next video, all right? Love you guys.
Peace
Later.
out.